Alright, welcome to the presentation challenge. Cause you threw a good sport and you did it, extempore maybe, or just with some preparation. But I was busy with other things, so I took my time. Sunday was the deadline, so I had to do it today. So here I am. I actually spent some time on figuring out what topic I should use. I have one in mind now. Today I want to tell you the impact or the importance of storytelling. Storytelling in our speeches, in our presentations. Now, before YouTube, Netflix, there was television. Families used to watch television. Before television, there was radio. Or families, used to hang around the radio and they used to have their dinner, lunch, and listen to the radio. Before radio, thousands of years ago, there were bonfires. Families used to light a fire. They used to sit around that and they used to listen to stories. Now, not just families, but people would gather around bonfires and would listen to great stories. Now, which fire do you think would attract most people? The one where the one who is narrating the stories is a great storyteller. So people would naturally attract to those bonfires or those camps where they would get to hear interesting stories, something they are going to learn, something they can apply in their life. So let me narrate you one story. So one day during that bonfire, one person told that, narrated a story that he went to a jungle where rhinoceros came. Now rhinoceros can't see, they can smell, they can hear sound. So this guy knew that. So when rhinoceros were charging towards him, he stopped there and didn't move. Now the rhinoceros couldn't see, so they went back. Next time, when the person who heard this story was in the jungle and rhinoceros actually came, his light bulb, of his mind went on, and he actually stopped. He remembered that story, he stopped, and rhinoceros went back. It actually saved his life. Now that person will keep going back to share the different stories from that same person. He is now, because that story saved his life. So stories have great impact. Right from old years, people have been communicating to each other through stories. Ramayana, Mahabharata are great stories. They are called Mahakavyas. And some part of it could be true, some part of it is myth, some part is legend, who knows, right? But they are great stories, right? Now, forget about stories. Now in speeches, storytelling is an art. It doesn't mean we start going around and start telling them stories. In speeches, people use art of storytelling and then they make great speeches. Mahatma Gandhi in 1942, in the Quit India movement speech, he talked about do or die. He used that phrase, which became an iconic phrase, which rallied people across the country, which led to our freedom. Subhash Chandra Bose was a great orator. He defeated Nehru twice in elections, even though he had blessings of Gandhi, because Subhash Chandra Bose was greater orator than Nehru. In today's age, Modi is amazing orator. His oratory is at next level. In fact, because of his oratory and his skills, not just because of that, but using that, he won Lok Sabha twice and came back with thumping majority back to back, right? Which is a great feat. And because of his oratory, he is able to win elections after elections, and he is now considered among the top leaders of India of recent times. Now, it's not just that speeches or presentations are important only in politics. Even in corporate life, even in business world, storytelling or speeches are huge. They have huge importance. They have utmost importance. Steve Jobs, who invented iPhone, iPod, iPad, so he was not just an amazing industrialist of the century, he was also a great storyteller. If you get time, go to YouTube and listen to his presentations when he launched iPhone, when he launched iPod, when he launched iPad. So year after year, he would go and stand on the stage, and he will not use any PPT, he will not use any this one, and he will create an aura around it, and people will buy phones, people will buy his products. So that is the impact of storytelling and speeches. even if you don't have to go and make grand presentations, even in your corporate life, in your when you are talking to people, you have only one power. You have power of speech. If you want to convince people, if you want to motivate people, you can do it only through your speeches. So you have to be very, very careful as to how you narrate your point of view, how you are presenting it, how people are recepting it, how they are receiving it, what captures their mind. So you have to be very, very attentive as to what is it that people are looking for. Why is the audience sitting there? What is it for them? Why they should listen to you? Why they should come back to you? Why they should rally around your idea? So with power of storytelling and speech, you can rally around people. You can be, if you are passionate about something, about an idea, about a new product, about a new service, you go and you start talking to people, you make them passionate, you make them believers. And then they use all their energy and resources to make it happen. So that is the importance of speeches. You can change the world, you can revolutionize the world, you can change the business world, you can change your company, you can change your job 100%. Now, in terms of storytelling, what is it actually storytelling? And who are the great storytellers? So I remember my grandfather, the Babaji, he was an amazing storyteller. Whenever I used to go to Dayalpali and visit our village, I would sit next to him with a lantern. He would chant Ramcharitmanas shloks, and then he would narrate some stories. Now these stories were based on real life incidents, but he would embellish it. You will create suspense. There is drama, there is heightened action, and then there is some moral thing which I would take away from that. So those are great aspect of storytelling. Your Nanaji, my father, again those stories which I heard from Baba, at that time I was a child. So naturally they will have more impact. But even your Nanaji is great storyteller. Like even today I would sit next to him and listen to all the stories which he narrates very, very beautifully. There would be the real life incidents which would have faced somewhere in some situations, but the way he narrates it is amazing. And yours truly, your Mamaji, is also a book author. So I have also written a book. So I am trying to get there. But storytelling is one piece of it. Making presentations and using that in your speech is an art. So on that, people have to work on it. How we will work on it? Use the structure and content and the flow of storytelling. Practice your presentations, practice your speeches, and that will make you perfect. But always keep in mind, what is it there for the audience? What is the new idea that you are trying to convey? What is it that will motivate them? What is it that will resonate with them? And with that, on that note, I want to end this one. Remember, storytelling is an art, and it's nowadays hugely popular, and that's what we should try to put in our speeches and make them great speeches. And with speech, you can change the world. Thank you. Challenge accepted.